Hello guys, good morning. Coach Jen T here. So today I just want to cover the topic of New Year's resolutions. It pains me to see people set the New Year's resolutions that are not sustainable. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, you want to make sure that you're using caution with all those fad diets out there. What is the point of working really hard for fast results if you can't keep them well into 2024 and beyond for the rest of your life? A lot of people are, I saw some comments yesterday that goals are things like putting myself first, taking care of myself, getting moving more, maybe just taking control of my nutrition a little bit better. So all of these things, yes, they're great, but it's so easy this time of year as we approach the new year to get caught up in maybe unrealistic or unsustainable diets that, yeah, might work quickly, but then it builds up to where you're not holding those habits and you're easy to just fall off track. So fun fact, 80% of New Year's resolutions are failed by February. So that just goes to tell you how easily and quickly you can fall off something if you're too rigid, if you're too strict, or if you're finding this diet that is just unsustainable. So I have 3 tips for you to focus on in the new year to help you get not only results but sustainable results. If you can accept the fact that it might take you a couple extra months to reach your goal, or maybe into the summer you're finally going to feel good, you're at least going to have that thing to hang on to that you can take with you for the rest of your life. It's about establishing those skills so that next Christmas, when the treats are out and you have all those temptations, you have the tools in your pocket to not only enjoy the treats, but also to feel good going through your day. So we want to make sure that things are sustainable. So the 3 tips that I have for you are: number 1, to start small. So look at your daily routine now and look at your time management and look at the kind of things you're eating and ask yourself what one thing you can focus on for the week. So starting small might be, okay, this week I am going to add more vegetables to my dinner, or I'm going to have vegetables at every meal, or I am going to have a glass of water during this time of day to help increase my water intake, or maybe I'm going to go to bed an hour earlier every night, or maybe I'm going to replace that liquid calorie habit that I have with a different thing. Maybe I'm going to, instead of skipping breakfast every day, I'm going to start having breakfast with protein to help me manage my blood sugar. So focusing on one task at a time, completely conquering that, and then moving on to the next thing. That's how you build habits, and it's all about stacking habits. So again, take a little piece of paper out, write down what you do now, what your day looks like, what your nutrition looks like, what your activity looks like, and how can you pick one small piece of the puzzle and build on that as the year goes on. You're gonna feel so much better. It's gonna be so much more sustainable because it matches your real life and your real situation. Number 2 is to focus on whole foods. This is not a sexy topic, but so many foods in our culture in America are ultra processed, thinking along the lines of things that come in packages for convenience. So when you're hungry, you're grabbing a bag of chips, or you're grabbing that donut at the drive-thru, or you're stopping into McDonald's to get a cheeseburger and fries. All of these ultra processed foods are easily accessible, and whole foods are not as easily accessible, so it does take a little more effort. When I say whole foods, I just mean whole, minimally processed foods that come from nature. Things like meat, things like vegetable, things like fruits, things like nuts and seeds and whole grains, things that are just more fiber rich, more nutrient dense. Adding these whole foods into your diet and planning ahead for that is going to help fuel your body, heal your body from the inside out, making all of the other things that are just exposed to us a lot easier and to avoid, or less tempting, where you can also learn to enjoy those things in moderation. But when you're filling up on whole foods, you are going to be naturally less tempted, and you're going to feel better and you're going to have less room in your tummy for the processed foods. If you've ever noticed, like eating potatoes or eating like a whole orange or a whole apple, that is going to fill you up and keep you satisfied for much longer than like French fries instead of the potato, or like fruit juice instead of the whole fruit. So just think of like your choices and build on that. And that is just an easy way to like not have to track every calorie if you don't want to. You don't have to be so rigid, just focusing on those whole foods. That is number 2. And finally, number 3 is just listen to your body. Every single person in this world is different. Not one thing works for everyone. So that is where like having a coach can help you, because you have a coach there to meet you where you're at and not make you change completely what you're doing, but to help you build habits based on what you already do. So you want to make sure that you are listening to your body, using your body as your guide, and saying, hey, you know, this method works really well for me. I'm going to continue to do this. It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel confident. And maybe, hey, this doesn't make me feel as good. I'm going to do less of this and replace it with like a better habit. So you can always use that, listening to your body, like asking yourself, tune into yourself and say, hey, I've had a really stressful day. What can I do? When you notice that trigger, that is a door that opens up so that you can make positive change. So if you're feeling stressed, what can you do in that situation where you feel triggered to take care of yourself? Or how hungry are you at this moment? When you can take the time, when you notice maybe a trigger for like an after dinner craving of some sort, maybe the ice cream sounds good, or maybe the cookies on the counter sound really good. You notice that trigger, take that time to pause, listen to yourself, ask yourself how you're feeling mentally. Are you actually truly hungry? Are you just bored? Are you feeling stress and anxiety? As soon as you're feeling these things and noticing these triggers, it's going to help you listen to your body and be the guide. When it comes to like breakfast, ask yourself, you know, what would make me feel really good today to balance my blood sugar? Or asking yourself, do I really want that donut? Is it worth it to me? It may be worth it some mornings and you could enjoy that donut without guilt. But sometimes you might just say, hey, I know if I eat a donut first thing in the morning for breakfast, instead of having like a healthier meal of eggs, maybe like an omelet, you're just going to notice like you're going to feel a lot better as you go through your day. So knowing what makes you feel good, listening to your body, and knowing that everybody's different. If you start to see someone on social media posting this healthy meal or this thing that they're on doing, maybe it's whatever it could be, there are going to be lots of fads out there when the new year hits of people trying these new programs or different things that might not be sustainable. Just remember, not one thing works for everyone, and listen to your own body. That is it. Those are the 3 things, you guys. So again, start small, focus on whole foods, and listen to your body. And I promise you that you will be feeling better, and you don't need to do all of the things to get results. I hope you guys have a good day, and if you ever have any questions, January 8th is when my programming is opening back up for New Year's nutrition coaching, and I'm here to meet you where you're at. But even if you just want to know if it's the right thing for you, or if you just have questions in general, I have people messaging me all the time, having mini conversations on the social media. I'm happy to help you guys if you have any specific questions. Just simply reach out. I am here for you, especially if you're in this group. You guys are my tribe. I've had past clients in here. I have lots of current clients, maybe future clients. I am here for you to just have that conversation to see what would be sustainable for you. I hope you guys have a good day.